Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zu einer weiteren Part Lostbelt von Chaldea. Ich bin es Fix und wir sind jetzt erstmal hier ready für ein bisschen Morning Training, denn liebe Leute, was haben wir denn nicht Besseres zu tun? Bevor wir gegen die Götter kämpfen, müssen wir erstmal hier ein bisschen in Form kommen. Ihr wisst schon, ein bisschen dehnen, ein bisschen stretchen und ein bisschen hier gegen Miyamoto Musashi kämpfen, was nicht unbedingt leicht werden sollte. Aber nun gut, liebe Leute, ich habe Angst. Sie ist nämlich ein Gorilla. Aber nichtsdestotrotz, liebe Leute, wir sind hier gerade in dieser Pseudo-Unterwelt, muss man hier sozusagen. So, da kriegen wir schon Crit. Da kriegen wir schon was raus. Ja, mach mal so, ganz entspannt. Keine Ahnung, öfters mal einen Peace-Spam. Ich habe jetzt hier aus Prinzip nämlich Moriarty mitgenommen. Weil ich mir dachte, natürlich nur 8 Sterne. Sehr schön. Alter. Du stört einfach. Ja, klar. Weiter so. Okay, das ist natürlich doof. Nee, Moriarty. Es war ein Fehler. Aber ich wollte unbedingt Moriarty nehmen. Einfach nur, weiß nicht wieso. Einfach so. So, genau. Kill Mesh. Zack. Also, next turn. Jetzt geht nämlich die Party los. Also, bam. So, increase your increase strength yourself, apply Liste extending yourself. Passt. Frage ist, was wir machen. Weil ich hätte jetzt so viel schön Refund. Also ich habe keinen Refund, aber ich habe jetzt hier 70% MP-Batterie. Aber die Frage ist, schafft Moriarty es mit seinem MP den zu killen? Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Aber komm her, Black Rail, Mann. Das kann schon klappen. The Daybit! Oh fuck! Wieder. Okay, passt, sehr gut. Passt da. Okay. So, uns geht's allen gut, keine Probleme, alles ist schön. Oh mein Gott. Alter. Oh. Was? Oh mein Gott, Mann. Wir müssen aufpassen, liebe Leute. Aber wir haben die optimalen Karten gezogen, damit wir nächste Runde sie besiegen können. Jetzt habe ich nur die Hoffnung, dass sie nicht erst hier irgendeine Invincibility macht, weil ansonsten sind wir natürlich Game Over. So. Crit, Junge. Komm, 30%, das wird ja doch gerade so hinhauen. Und dann nächste Runde fett draufhauen. Oh. Alter! Dieses madige P-Game, Mann! Ich mag nicht so gerne Moriarty, aber nicht zu spielen so. So, ignorieren wir das? Weil, wie gesagt, ich sehe da einen furchtbaren Dämon, der auf Merlin reinprügelt. Und ausnahmsweise ist es nicht Fu. Yeah! Remove Buffs. Stimmt ja, hier im 4. den Remove the Buffs habe ich komplett vergessen. Zum Glück hat sie das nicht auf Moriarty eingesetzt. Aber okay. Damit haben wir genügend Buffs. Damit haben wir Moriarty Damage. Und jetzt wird es beendet, liebe Leute. Goodbye. Ich meine, ich hätte natürlich Super Ryan nehmen können. Ich hätte auch hier die Scroll nehmen können. Und ich hätte auch Robin nehmen können. Aber ich dachte mir immer wieder, muss man den alten Mann nehmen. Beim nächsten Mal dieses Goodie. Wenn wir auch Moriarty nehmen. Es wird zwar deutlich schwerer, als wenn wir mit anderen Sounds machen würden, aber egal. Hey, Trainer! Ja, so mache ich das schon, ja. Der MLB Break Raider rockt halt einfach. So, okay. Und damit ist schon mal haben wir ein Problem weniger. Wir haben die kleine süße Musashi hier beruhigt. Und ich hoffe, das langt hier. Nicht, das sagt, okay, gut, das war die Aufwärmübung. Jetzt erstmal mit 4 Breakbars kämpfen. Weil, why not, liebe Leute? Why not? So, starten wir im nächsten Kapitel. Ich denke, das ist so ein bisschen Ruhe vor dem Sturmkapitel. Weil, ja, es wird ja noch stürmig werden, um es mal so zu sagen. Fufu. I know, right? Food always tastes even better after a good workout. I think Olympian cuisine might be my new favorite food. I agree. At first glance, it doesn't appear to be anything special. There's bread, ham, solid milk, and some kind of staples we've seen in all sorts of different times and places. And yet, for some reason, I can't put my fingers on. Everything here tastes completely different. Well, maybe not completely different. I mean, the bread is still bread. The ham is still ham, the milk is still milk, and so on. But from the moment you first take a bite, you can sense the flavors changing at least 3 times. And every single one of them is a breathtaking culinary experience. I know exactly what you mean. I had the same reaction the first time I went around sampling the local cuisine. While we still only seen a small fraction of the Olympus has to offer. We now know that it's an enormous, highly advanced city with many tall skyscrapers that its nanomachines guarantee its populace long, healthy lives. And its incredible prosperity I might add, that is independent of any sort of currency, enables the people to devote themselves to art and academia, hereby further enriching its culture with no need for any kind of manual labor whatsoever. Their daily lives are happy affairs, praising the gods with bright smiles on their faces. War and combat are simply unknown to the people of Olympus, well except for where we are concerned. Yes, I see. There's no better word to describe this interstellar mountain city of Olympus than Utopia. Utopia. The sort of earthly paradise people have been dreaming of since time immemorial. Even the food here is simply sublime. The Chinese Lostbelt Empire was arguably the type of utopia as well. But its ideal were only activated by concentrating its culture to a single point. Olympus, on the other hand, shares its wealth in every sense of the word, and all without any conflict whatsoever. It really is a paradise beyond human achievement, I must say. I don't even know what proper human history could do against an opponent like this. Der aufbauend mal wieder, gell? Sehr, sehr aufbauend. Fufu. Hey, Holmes? Yes. Did you not notice Max and Mesh had only just cheered up? Did we have to rain the parade like that? Besides, as far as we're concerned, it doesn't matter whether this place is a utopia, amusement park, or a front to organize a crime. You guys are from proper human history, which means this is a fight for your very survival. As the only of you guys who are going to walk away from this alive, it's the best to beat them before you beat you. Maxi, you are here on behalf of all proper human history. I know that isn't the kind of position you wanted, and that you didn't really get a choice here it is. And you've got enough in your own bowl as it is without piling on extra toppings. Perhaps that all being said, Miss Miyamoto. Musashi, thank you for worrying about us. I really do appreciate it. But it's okay. We need to know what we are up against. We need to know who the people of this lost bar are, even if we are attempting to cut the world from proper human history again. I already decided that it would be wrong to avert our eyes from effects of our actions. Wait, is that? What is this about? Right and wrong and stuff. Huh? Fu? Huh? I mean, the key walking away from this battle alive is to things as simply as possible, right? It's all well and good to worry about your opponent's circumstances, your own moral code and stuff. But you have to be able to separate yourself from those things, because you're worrying about them in the heat of battle is gonna help you lose. I mean, I'm not good enough for expert slicing, for example, like kinda human meat grinder, you know? So, under any pressure about stuff directly related to matters of life and death, when I'm the thick of enemy territory, is the last thing I need. I see. So your comments just now were not to console Mr. Maximus Chaldea, but rather... Yep, I just wanted to cut it out to make it easier for me to win. Basically, there's a time and a place for everything. For everything, and that includes thinking. I mean, yes, that's obviously true. And I do get your point, but... I don't know if I'll always be able to do that, but I try. Exactly, just what it, take it easy. Can't win a fight if you're busy moping. Anyway, I'm sorry again for raining on our breakfast parade. Oh man, now my soups are cold. No need to apologize, Miss Miyamoto. I should have known better than to voice those thoughts at the time. Hey, yeah! You were the one who rained on this parade in the first place, not me. Now that you mention it, I suppose I was. Wasn't it? Wasn't I? I do beg your pardon. That's all you've got to say for yourself. Fufu. Please go easy on him, Musashi. Denn jetzt sind ihre Nudeln kalt. Jetzt gibt es keine Kommen mehr. What in the world are you doing at this hour? Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to disturb you. And thank for the breakfast. It was absolutely scrumptious. Breakfast? I see. That wasn't me. The twins made it for you. Costa and Pollux? You mean the people who risked us yesterday? That's right. Thought I doubt you saw their face at the time. Why don't you two come out already? This is your base of operation now, isn't it? I'm glad you here like the food. Were you able to get enough rest last night? We slept great, thank you. Wer in Sinn Gottes Namen ist es? Oh good, I've never had a guest before, so I wasn't sure if I did a good job or not. Never mind that now, sister. Oh. For the time being, it looks like you're all at a point where you can talk again. I'm glad to see the clear Nima's working. I wasn't sure if it would fit your spirit ocean or not. Indeed, it did, and I'm greatly obliged for your help. Wait, did you give me some too? You? Cleanomia? Don't be ridiculous. Wir würden einfach sterben dabei. It'd be one thing if you undergo biomodifications like the elite soldiers, but there's no way Cleanomia could have ever competed with a normal human from proper history. Das wurde uns aber schon mal so gesagt. No, all I did was your cast light healing spell, since you didn't have more than a few scratches. Thank you. You're very welcome. Chaldea, visitors from proper human history. Well, I guess that doesn't really apply to all of you, but anyway. You must mean me. I'm Macarios, and this is my older sister Adele. It's very nice to meet all of you. We are the God Destroyer Alliance, or at least that's what's left of it. It's good to meet both of you. I'm Mishkulad. I'm Yamato Musashi, Warring Servant. How about you in the hood? I have nothing to do with those twins. Introducing myself now would only complicate things. You don't say. Okay then, who's your old friend? Hoot hoot! Fu? Oh, Konkurrenz. All the gods of Olympus are machines. A mechanical owl shouldn't exactly be a shock. If you say so. Adele, Macarios. Thank you again for saving us yesterday. I don't know what we would have done without you. I am both from Olympus. Yes, that's right. We are both official Olympus residents. We have citizen number and permanent ration cards, and we live our lives by the grace of the gods' blessing and protection. But the truth is... No, sister. Save it for later. They need to know what's going on before we tell them about us. Macarios. I said no. It's still too soon to tell them about us. Besides, Chaldeans, I'm sure there's someone else you'd already be talking to. Tesla, der leider nicht mehr am Leben ist. Puh! Voice recording for Chaldea, pattern B2. Alright, where to begin? For the time being, I've entered all information we possess into a base data processing unit. It's embedded with the simple artificial personality program, so I can answer most questions you might have. That concludes the video portion of this instruction. I'll let the artificial personality take it from here. I think that should do it. Activation complete. From here on, the artificial intelligence, will do the talking. Yes, the picture remains the same. Okay, dann müssen wir weiter seine Stimme machen. But get over it. The imagine is a recreation made by recycling existing video footage. An AI? I suppose that shouldn't surprise me from one of the greatest scientists' minds among the rogue spirits. Oh, don't forget, you can all switch to me if you don't care for that half-witted centered person. Hat sich einprogrammiert. You can all switch to me if you prefer. I can do anything Mahatma related through. Though, sorry I can't be more help. Anyway, hi there, Chaldeans. It's nice to meet you all. Yelena. So the servants who left this records for us weren't summoned to Chaldea, nor are they once we met in any of the singularities. Or are they all rogue spirits from proper human history who were summoned here to this Lostbelt? Das... I don't know, it is not limited like this in the Singularity. Und es ist ja auch so, das haben sie ja gesagt, das in der Division oder diesen Albtraum, die wir hatten, dass er das in den Singularitäten gelernt hat mit seiner Armee. Yes, good point. Thomas Edison Lion had spiritual he came at in the fifth singularity. So, he should still retain his memories of us, just like John Alta. Alright, let's begin with the basics of Olympus. Your opponent here are in the word gods. That was me. I decided to pause there here for a bit. Before you hear any more, I wanted to warn you guys, you'll probably be shocked by what they have to say. It might even be enough to make you despair completely. Some of the rogues that made it here only stuck around long enough to say nobody could win against God. So I just wanted to make sure you're ready for what comes next. That's okay, keep playing. Der macht mich ja gerade echt sehr nervös. Right, I can't do anything if we don't know what we're up against. So please, Macarios, Adele, let us see the rest. First, let's begin with the gods. The gods of Olympus, the rulers of the Lostbelt, genuine deities that have existed since the age of gods. Those deities, including the ones you may have seen at Atlantis, are beings who came here from far, far across the universe. Alien Götter. Foreign gods. Fufu! I trust Macarios and Adele are there too as well. They, like all residents of Olympus, refer to the gods as thus. Deities who came here across the sea of stars, the great ones. The descendants of primordial chaos, the great system of prosperity who bear the Cronus crown. And of course, the 12 Olympian machine gods. The Sea of Stars. I knew that the machine gods were interstellar weapons, but... This is way bigger than I was expecting. I mean, huh? So, hang on, let me just make sure I've got this straight. You said these are super ancient gods who came here across the Sea of Stars, right? So then... That would make them space aliens, right? Du als Kev-Produkt musst dir gar nichts erzählen. Not quite. It would be entirely accurate to refer to them merely as intelligent life forms from another planet. Based on everything we know now, it seems they are more akin to machines from extremely advanced civilization. One that may reside outside our galaxy, or at the far ends of our universe, or that's an entirely different universe altogether. Yes, that's more or less correct. Huh? I'm surprised. I thought you guys would be a lot more taken aback. Why aren't you? Well, after Atlantis I had a feeling there'd be something like that. Ich meine, Leute, wir haben gegen eine Space-Kanone gekämpft. I see. Alright, now should be a good time to proceed. Next I have more information about the gods for you. Ich will bitte den den Edison-Button drücken. From this point onward, I will be telling you how this Lostbelt differs from proper human history, and at what point the time it diverged. First of all, how did these gods originally came to be? The first gods were born from the primordial chaos, and eventually the younger generation fought Titomachania in the First Great War. Up until this point, the world was largely the same as it was depicted in the myths of proper human history. The Titomachania was a war between the Titans, the gods of the old generation, and Olympus, the gods of the new. As I recall, Zeus defeated his own father, Kronos, the king of the Titans, and in doing so he gained control over the rest of the pantheon. The gods of Olympus won that war, and Zeus became omnipotent as a result. Omnipotent. Then there was the second Magia. This one took place roughly 14,000 years ago. During this war, also known as the Lois Magia, the gods of Olympus did battle with an enemy that threatened the entire world. Unfortunately, details pertaining to this event are sacred. Ich überlege gerade, Mann. Das erinnert mich irgendwie an die Geschichte hier von Altera, wie sie auf den Planeten gekommen ist. Auf der anderen Seite, war das hier vielleicht schon der Foreign God, den hier unsere Krypter anbeten? Not only was it not recorded in proper human history, most citizens of Olympus know very little about it. However, my distinguished colleagues, what we can say for sure is that we certain are at this point where the Lostbelt diverged from proper human history. The Third Great War, the Gigantomachia, a battle against the enormous Gigantes that took place about 3,500 years ago, serves as further evidence of that divergence. In proper human history, this Magia was the second and final great war of Greek mythology. In the version of proper human history, the gods of Olympus, aided by human Zeus, eventually succeeded at vanquishing the mighty Gigantes. I think the great hero Heracles even played a part, if I'm not mistaken. But in this Lostbelt, the gods eradicated every last gigant in an instant. How did they accomplish such a feat? By preserving their machine god bodies, which in proper human history had long since faded away, I presume. Exactly. The Olympian gods used their original machine gods bodies to obliterate the Gigantes all at once. At least that is our working theory. In proper human history, the gods' machine bodies were lost long ago. But here in this Lostbelt, the gods were somehow able to retain them. They resulted in the very Atlantic Lostbelt in which we now find ourselves. A world ruled by machine gods who still possess their once lost mechanical bodies. So then, in proper human history, the gods of Olympus were meant to lose their machine bodies between 14,000 and 3,500 years ago. So it would seem. But the gods remained alive and well. And as long as the machine gods from beyond our universe have their original bodies, they are not even affected by the deterioration of the gods that was meant to occur. That brings us to our fourth and final Magia. As with the second, this is also an equivalent in the proper human history. It is peculiar to this Lostbelt. A few thousand years ago, the gods of Olympus split into factions. Their conflict revolved around what to do about humans, whether to rule them or to coexist alongside them. This seems led to a fierce disagreement between the gods. Zeus, Demeter, Aphrodite, Hera, and Artemis wanted to rule, while Athena, Hades, Poseidon, Apollo, Hestia, Ares, and Hephaestus wanted to coexist. We believe Poseidon initially sided with the rulers, but that he eventually ended up defecting into the other faction. Gods on each side enlisted loyal lesser gods as their disagreement developed into full-blown war. This battle went on to be called Olympiomachia, the Great War of Olympus, as it's known in Atlantis. Both sides fought fiercely. And the remains of the mechanical god who were killed fell to Atlantis, where there formed islands. In the end, The faction supporting rule over humans was victorious, and opposition survivors were punished. For example, Poseidon, the sea god. His divine spirit core was rewritten, reducing him to a little more than an automated defense unit to protect the Great Pit. And that brings us to today. The gods who emerged triumphant in all of Magia continued to rule the Lostbelt, with the city of Olympus as their capital. Dodona, the great orbital shrine that makes up the center of the city. Das Zentrum des Universums im Endeffekt. Zeus, the omnipotent god of the heavens. Europa, the divine queen fused with the goddess Hera. Demeter, the goddess of the land. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. And finally, the Dioscuri, the ancient twin gods. The Dioscuri. Not now, Macarios, not now. Technically, the twin gods of Dioscuri are a divine spirit, which makes them neither living gods nor mechanical ones. They died once and were transformed into a divine spirit. Who killed them, you ask? I wish I could say it was the god Destroyer Alliance, but it wasn't. No, the killer was the Crypter Kirei Wodime. Huh? A mage? A human mage killed a god? After that, Kirei formed a contract with the Dioscuri, making them his servant. To be clear, he did not summon their divine spirit from the throne of heroes. He formed a contract with Genie God after they had been killed and reduced to a divine spirit. The Dioscuri are not among the 12 Olympians, but they are no more lesser god either. They are no one of the ancient gods who accepted Zeus as the supreme being. To be precise, they are divinity that have been around since before the Gigantomachia. From what we've been able to gather, they joined the pantheon by imbibing of Zeus' divine blood, his Kleonomia. They are now considered children of Zeus, who are standing equal to Apollo in his glory days. And Kirei Wodime managed to kill them. Hard to believe, isn't it? If only it really was as bad as a joke as it sounds. They should have just said that. Damn, a divine spirit, what a lot of crap. The Dioscuri are deranged. They don't deserve to be spirits, let alone gods. Please forgive me, my brother. He saw an oath to the late Athena that he would one day take revenge on the twin gods for the murder of our 100-odd fellow Alliance members. The Dioscuri are bloodthirsty maniacs, death incinerate, human killers. So ist es, Mann. So ist es, Mann. Aber trotzdem, mich wundert es, dass sie halt auch Zwillinge sind. Deshalb gibt es eine Verbindung. They killed almost all of the humans who joined the God Destroyer Alliance. There are only a few members left now, including us. That must have been really hard for you. Well, Chaldeans, why are you acting like that? Aren't you scared? We're up against the murderous gods. Gods who actually enjoy going out on their way to slaughter people. And if that isn't bad enough, there's another guy out there strong enough to make them his flunkies. Just the idea of you might have any chance of beating them is absurd. Yeah, it's absurd. We know some of the rogue spirits gave up and walked away when they found out how the Gigantomachia ended. So what about you guys? What's your deal? Does the fact that you guys aren't more phrased mean your word proper human history is even more messed up than ours? Stop them, Macarios. That's not a way to speak to people we've just met. Oh. Sorry, Aaron. I got a little out of hand here. Please, it's fine. Really, I don't blame you for being taken aback. You've just encountered so many different threats by now that I suppose our reactions must seem strange. Gods from another universe, mechanical gods with frightening powers. Twin gods who enjoy taking lives, Kirei who are strong enough to make these gods as servants. Every last one of them is a tremendous threat that we may very well not be able to deal with. And These revelations are shocking for us. It's tempting to despair in the face of such an overwhelming odds. But, all that being said, we still have a job to do. Okay, I think I get it now. Yeah, that's it. I get what you guys are like now. You're just how Edison said you'd be. He was right after all. So, Chaldeans really are just a pack of weirdos, huh? Well, nothing wrong with that. You've convinced me, yeah. I like you guys. Foo? Oh, you get it now, huh? That's great. Yeah, really are weirdos, aren't they? Foo. What the hell are you? Don't jump on me. What are you, some kind of squirrel? Look, Macarios, I think he likes you. Foo-foo. Ah, hey, get away from my sister. Tja, ein Haufen von seltsamer Menschen, die versuchen, ein göttliches Imperium, was seit tausenden von Jahren besteht, zu besiegen. So, schönen Abend, liebe Leute. Beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter und dann schauen wir mal, ob hier was klappt. Leute, ich will wissen, was das in dieser